Hello and welcome to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes, and we got our live show at the Sonora Comic Con today. All kinds of fun stuff that we had. We had about 3 main interviews going on. We had Sexy Zombie coming back again, well, the full band this time. Then we had the Bedheads, who had awesome, 90s style, sort of Nirvana, Soundgarden, grunge rock, but all modern, tons of original stuff. They were really cool, too. You'll be able to check out their tunes at the end of their episode. And then also we had Grover Anderson, who was in a really cool band as well, with all kinds of kind of folky, I guess sort of folk rock is what I would say it's kind of like. But the downfall is that about all of 8 minutes into his interview and show of his band and everybody there, well, the next band set up in under 10 minutes, record timing. So they kind of overwhelmed us. So that episode had to be kind of cut short. So it's there at the end of the episode today. But yeah, we might have to just get him on again and with the rest of the band and do another interview that it's not so lost in the sea of sound waves taking over everything. But other than that, though, there were some other fun people that came by and just kind of, we were out there and they stopped on by and said hello. We had Allison, who was kind of the Lady Deadpool on there. So she stopped by, talked for a bit, and then we ran to old alumni members of Old Man Orange, like Dex Doherty, who once again, he was on the Zelda retrospect of Thomas Takeda. So it all starts wrapping around. But yeah, real cool turnout, real good time. So let's jump in. Let's see what it was like. Hello and welcome to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan.
And we're here at the Sonora Comic Con 2017. First time ever.
Yeah, pretty good so far. We already got one interview in. Unfortunately, we're not sure we're going to get all the bands because we're right by the stage. It's kind of like while they're setting up. But hopefully we'll get some of the other bands in.
Yeah, it's like a timely process. So we just thought, we'll just podcast anyways and just kind of see where things go.
Yeah, it's a pretty big turnout because this is way bigger than I thought this thing would be. Not that I thought it would be bad, small or bad or anything, but just so many people came out for this thing.
Well, the Fairgrounds in Sonora has always been kind of a big event place anyway. So, I guess, here's the thing. If the Comic-Con was not at the Fairgrounds, it might not have been nearly as big. If it was some parking lot kind of thing, like a flea market almost, it might have been, 10 booths or something like that. But no, it's 2 buildings full of all kinds of stuff.
One that makes me happy, I saw a 5-year-old kid dressed like the main guy from Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
let's hope for the next generation right there.
There's a lot of hope there. Well, the cool thing, too, is you get all age ranges here of just everybody dressed up, people really enjoying things. I've seen people that don't even feel like comic book people that I've run into, and they're here and it looks like they're having a good time.
Just checking it out, seeing what it's all about. Plus, what was smart about it is they put a band right out front. So it's if you came here, found out comics weren't your thing, go right back outside, get a free concert.
Which I think is cool because I don't ever see a band at any of these cons, none of them. They might have those ballroom dancing thing at night where they're the costume dance, which I've always just kind of wondered what that's about, but
no, it's pretty cool so far. I'm looking forward to checking out the rest of it, seeing the bands. We got Sexy Zombie coming on later, hopefully.
Yeah, we're gonna have Sexy Zombie, which is gonna be sweet. That's actually coming up next.
Hopefully we'll have the Bedhead on, who just played. They were kind of like this bunch of really young guys, really talented, this 90s, grunge rock, kind of very Nirvana inspired.
And I think they're going to hopefully fade in once they pack up to our show, so we'll just kind of talk away until then.
We'll just wave them on over, or just talk to whoever comes by, just give you that little combat, get over here, just come.
Yeah, just bring them on over like that.
Just talk to whoever comes by or something. But yeah. No, but some people went all the way out of the way with the costumes. There's a dude here earlier dressed all out like Beastmaster.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one, too. Where the guy's in, the full T-Rex suit that looks really uncomfortable. Yeah.
I haven't seen that guy around. It's hot. He must have got rid of that thing. Hello, how's it going?
How's it going?
Hi.
Yeah, take a look at it. We really didn't draw that one, but we bought that one.
Really awesome prints. Dude's right in there in this building on the right-hand side when you walk in, corner.
I didn't see this one there,
Yeah.
I know sometimes they get kind of hidden amongst other things.
I got his card on me, so people just don't know what I'm talking about. So let's see.
What's his name?
That's a Bart card. What is his name?
What kind of card do you have?
Is Logan 4000
Logan
at Gmail.
4000.
I'm sorry. Lopan 4000. So yeah, Lopan 4000. He has a Twitch. He has a Facebook, graphic design, paintings. He was actually full on just painting stuff when I walked in there. He had this really cool
Look at it, it's Dex.
Hey, Dex.
An Old Man Orange alumni. He's been on a couple episodes before.
You're on the Zelda episode, now he's all baned out.
You want to talk a bit, Dex?
I guess. What are you talking about?
Would you like a microphone? Miss Deadpool?
Yeah, here.
Take a picture. Give me a
There you go.
No, give her the good microphone. Don't give her the-
There's a red one.
Yeah, don't.
That's not a good one.
No, that one's a good one. Those are all my new
The
ones
The
that
red
I bought.
microphone matches the
That's my
Deadpool
name.
outfit.
The one I have is a good one because
Yeah.
I have the good one.
Well, he's got a good one,
matches your
too.
outfit, too.
Well, thank you, thank you.
I got 4 new mics and 2 older ones that are just there for like if there's enough people.
I know a few mics myself. Yeah.
Can I keep this one?
Well, it's corded, so I don't know how far you're gonna get.
As far as I like it, yeah.
So we
Very
Deadpool.
got we got Bane and Lady Deadpool on the show that just kind of walked on up.
Yep. Yeah.
And Dex, he
It's
was
hot,
on our.
man.
Dude, it's really hot out.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Poison Ivy as well.
Yeah, Poison Ivy.
The cutest
Hello.
poison ivy of the
She's
day.
adorable. I love her.
Yeah.
So Dex, what have you been up to?
Thank you, thank you.
Lost my job, dude.
You
I'm
lost your
sorry.
job.
Yeah. I was a dealer at Black Goat.
Is that a good or bad thing that he lost it?
Bad.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like there was something better coming along the way or anything like
Well,
that.
you're dressed as Bane, so you're ready to bring on the uprising.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
now that-
negotiate some pricing for like people
Now
to
that I
take
have
down
all
with
this
Lady
free
Deadpool.
time, I think I'm just gonna get the revolution going.
You could sit. That's basically a Spider-Man hammock if you want to chill on that if you feel
I
like.
was staring at it like the hell
It's
is
almost
this?
like too comfortable, but it's worth sitting in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If
Your
you
gun
do
might
wanna
get
say-
caught.
if you smoke a joint while you sit in that thing, you will fall asleep. No way around that.
Well, if you do about anything in that thing, you'll fall asleep.
Like,
But anyway.
what if you try to go to sleep in it? Will
You guys can take a
have the
seat too
opposite
if you want.
effect? Actually, we're on our way out. We gotta head up
way
with
out.
some friends, but
All right.
Well, it's
Well,
good
man,
seeing
I
you,
love your
Dex.
freaking face.
I love your face too,
No, your
even though
face
it's
is-
being covered by that mask. I love your face too. It's wonderful.
Well, how else am I gonna exist
God.
without pumping venom?
It's
in
super
it?
comfortable.
I
Yeah.
sunk the crap
Don't
out
worry,
of
man.
this.
You'll find a way. You'll find a way.
Oh yeah, there's always a way. I love you guys. Seriously.
Love you too, man.
Love you too,
I'm
Dex.
so proud of you guys.
Thank you,
Man.
Dex.
Oh, yeah,
we
no
need that
problem.
every once in a while.
You do. Everybody does.
Exactly. Well, you
Alright.
take care, Dex.
Seriously.
Take
guys.
care, man.
I love you guys.
See you later.
Say,
Nice to meet you too.
say. Flashback, just a reminder. Dex from the Zelda special we did from
Yeah, with Thomas
4
Takeda.
years ago.
If you listen to the last podcast with Redshift Pilots, it all relates to that.
All comes back full circle. So, Miss, what's your name?
My name is Alison. I go by Dead Purple 7 because that's how people can find me and tag me and all that fun stuff when I come to these things. How about you guys? What y'all doing here?
We just do primarily comics, podcasts, animation when we can find the time to. And we're just here, just interviewing people, interviewing the bands, just talking, seeing what's up.
Oh, look cool. You guys have gone inside or no?
Yeah, spent too much money, but I'm all happy for it though. So
Yeah. I know I got this sick ass unicorn necklace. You
very
know?
fitting, very.
There you
fitting.
go.
Yes. Oh yes.
Well, that's really what a Comic Con is. It's just a place to go throw money at. You just walk down the aisle and you just see things you like and you throw money at it.
And just for being a smaller Comic Con, I think this is probably my favorite one I've been to so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really happy how it turned out. Like, you know, this is the first one, so I knew it was either going to be not that much people or way too much people in a little room, and that's kind of what happened, but it was good though.
Yeah. Are you from Sonora?
No, I got a family member who lives in Twain Harte, so I know the area, but not, 100%, but I'm mainly from Modesto area.
Okay,
Ah, okay.
right on. So
Yeah. Yeah,
just
but
figured check what this one's all about.
Yeah, I was like, I travel a lot for my job, so I try to go to conventions in other places in California. And when I found out, every time I find out there's one near Modesto, I have to go to it.
Yep.
Because now they're starting to come up, and it's like, awesome, I don't have to go all the way to Escondido or something like that,
Yeah.
Before it'd be one of those things you have to kind of go way out of. Like the closest one for a while seemed like Sacramento.
Yeah.
For a while.
And they started adding ones. There's Modesto Con and the Lodi Con and all kinds of
yeah.
different things like that.
And I love it because it's not like over $10 to get in. Because that was my thing too. Yeah, I'm going far away, but I'm also, spending a lot to get in and then a lot to get stuff. And it's like, which is, it's normal because that's, you get what you come for. But then it's like, it's refreshing to,
Well,
it's
the-
close, bam.
The Sacramento one almost seemed to be kind of like you got to pay like $40 to get
It's like
in.
$50 to get in.
Yeah, then it's just like, okay, now go spend more money. Where here it's like it makes sense. Just like, oh, what? $7, $10? Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
you almost forget you spent $50 at the door, and then you're like spending another $50 next, like at everybody's booth.
Yeah.
So
I for real want to take this chair home.
I don't
Isn't that
blame you.
chair
yeah.
nice?
Yeah, so I'm not hearing no, so I'm gonna take it home. All right, thanks guys. Thanks.
Well, it's very Deadpool. It's very
See, we really bring that chair to like everywhere because it seems like that's just like the conversation piece.
That's
This
a
is
conversation
perfect-
piece, or this Batman thing is a conversation piece. One or the other.
Well, you have another one, so I can take this one. So
Yeah.
we're good.
Call
So-
it payment for the last hit you did. Yeah.
So do you always do cosplay whenever you go to any of the cons?
I I hate to sound like such a hipster, but it's kind of true. I've been had a stupid ass crush on Deadpool since I was 13, and he was not popular. There was nothing, and I didn't have money, I didn't have skill to get someone to make me one. So I kind of waited till he was popular. Now the movie, and I got a sick ass suit, So.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm not doing, like my own version of Deadpool, I just do like Star Wars stuff, like Chewbacca or like a X-wing pilot or something. But yeah.
Well, I think if you're going to do Deadpool, you might as well kind of do your own version of it because you see so many just normal-looking
Oh, yeah.
Deadpool. So I think it's always cool when people put their own twist on it.
Oh yeah, a lot of people actually like that. Well, people aren't looking, but I have a hat on instead of a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so refreshing because I don't know. I just don't like masks.
Mm-hmm.
If when I talk, it's muffled. That stuff, and I can take this off because I got long ass hair. It's hot.
Yeah, then you get people like, hey, Deadpool, like, oh, just got a nod and just kind of wave. Just got the
Exactly.
mask.
Well,
Yeah.
that too, and then, when you have a mask on, that's cool for about a half an hour. And then you're like, this is uncomfortable. I can barely see. It's hotter than hot,
Oh yeah.
One Halloween, I was Black Mask from Batman. It was like not plan B or C, it was plan like M. But it was just, I can make this happen. So I just threw that on, like, this was a mistake. Just walking around with the mask the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know who you are. I'm like, oh, it's Ryan. Okay, yeah.
I dressed up as Katana one time, and that mask got on my nerves. And it's only, half face. I was like, oh, I can't do this. It was like for a party, People couldn't understand me, couldn't eat or anything without doing a whole extra stuff. So I was like, no, I can't do it.
So do you land more on Marvel or DC, or you love them both equally?
Both equally, because like I said, Deadpool's my guy, but then DC, obviously Batman, you cannot fight it. I don't know how many people I meet, they try to act like they don't like Batman. Yes, you do. Don't you lie.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm gonna be a interesting person to go with Image Comics. I like Spawn. Spawn is pretty badass.
They're trying to bring Spawn back. I heard Todd McFarlane's actually trying to get an R-rated horror film made.
I heard that, and I'm actually really excited for that.
Yeah.
Because I was really young. When I watched the movie, it was good for me. But I understand why people complained about it. Yeah, okay, I understand that, but it's all we have for now. But if we're gonna get this new thing, that's gonna be kick-ass.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I'll be honest. I actually still. Maybe if someone just dropped it on for me now, I don't know. But, I'd still like it. But, I remember growing up with that movie. I remember that movie felt so edgy. It's like, no. He just turned into a motorcycle,
Yeah.
It's got a nostalgic thing. I think that's what makes the Spawn movie. It's like, if you showed it to a kid nowadays, they probably wouldn't like it at all. But I don't know. When that came out, I think I was the right age where it's like, oh, my gosh, this is the future right here.
Oh, yeah.
A PG-13 Spawn movie?
And then it's rated R when it comes on VHS.
There's no difference, though. I have no idea what the difference is.
I don't either.
Yeah, but I really like the animated series they had on HBO, I think.
The HBO one?
That was really good. That would really got me into the character. The movie was cool. I was like, oh, that's badass, But, I get into some debates about it, people are like, oh, no, it's kind of a Batman ripoff. It's like, nah, bro, it's not. It's its own thing. But at the same time, I understand why similarities.
Mm-hmm.
But the animated series was badass. They kind of did their own thing. It's their own rated R thing to it, And, you can get away with more animation, he's flying instead of, CGI or, puppeteering or something,
My thing with animation is, I'm all fine with more darker, adult, R-rated animation. It just seems, because like you said, you don't have to rely on a huge budget. I think that's why the DC, even though they're usually PG-13, the animated DC movies are so good because they can do whatever they want. They don't have to worry about timing or scheduling for this actor or that actor, and the post effects, not a big deal, But regarding Spawn for a second, there was, what was I going to say regarding Spawn?
Did you get there was a director's cut of the first issue that came out last week.
I heard about that. I didn't read it. I heard about that, but I also heard that something that McFarlane was trying to do. Isn't he trying to almost reboot the whole series, trying to start it up again?
I think there's a lot of reboots all over the damn place. It's like spilled milk, reboot, just going and spreading to other comics, and stuff. Which makes sense, they're trying to get more people interested in it, which I love, I love it. Be more people to talk about it, get interested in them, show them the old stuff, but it's cool new stuff, So reboot might not be a horrible idea, but I just hope they execute it well, because I'm not, I'm gonna bring it up, but Fantastic Four, like that reboot was so.
I was just saying it. Like maybe she'll say it for me.
That's what I was like. Reboots are so awesome. Wait, no, let's slow down. Not,
Well, I think it's just because they reboot it, but they reboot it in the wrong way. Like, what if we made it kind of like Interstellar? That could work. Just make it take place outside of the fucking Baxter building or a lab,
Well, the downfall to all those Fantastic Fours, they've done it 3 times. And then there's a sequel to the second part, but it's practically the same story every single time they do the Fantastic Four ones. Like, dude, pick something different. Don't reboot the exact same story over and over for the movies.
Exactly.
The 94 movie is pretty much the same as the 2002 movie, and it's the same as, like, the one that came out a year or 2 ago.
They're almost remakes / reboots.
Yeah, that's what they really are. They're not really reboots. They're almost remakes that are slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Really, the only one that's different is the sequel to the first one, the Silver Surfer one, just because
everybody's favorite.
Yeah, everybody's favorite, but you got to give it credit. It's not the same as the other 3.
Yeah.
I mean, the bar's not that high, but I mean, really, now I think about it, that probably is the best one because Lawrence Fishburne is Silver Surfer, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's unfortunately not enough to save it. But yeah.
Hey, look what we
guys.
got coming in.
So we got the bedheads coming in. You're welcome to stay and join the conversation if you like it.
So
Here,
take a chair,
have a
sorry.
microphone. This is as far as I can reach.
Ooh, I'll move my gun.
And then you just
Sorry
got to
about
flip that bad boy on. I don't think it's in the way at all, the guns.
Well, I have my own chair now.
I'm sorry, is it bedhead or the bedheads?
Just bedheads like
Bedheads.
BH.
Gotcha. Who are you from? Someone from Naruto. Who are you? Here, flip the little switch right there.
I think he's on. He's on. You're good.
I
You just got
think
to talk close.
Okay. Can you see it? I think it's actually off. Is that on?
No, it's on.
Hello?
It's just because.
Hello. Whoa. Yeah, that one's definitely not on.
Hello.
No, it's on. You just got to talk close to it because it has a 1/4 jack
You have
instead
to,
of an
like, make out with
XLR.
it? Okay.
Make out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm Sasuke.
Sasuke?
Sasuke?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And your real names?
Well, mine's Dave Bradley. Elmer Gonzalez. Elmer like the glue.
All right on.
Well, we just saw your set, and it was really cool. I was like, the first thing I saw was like, oh, they kind of look like a Nirvana band. I'm like, and they start playing, like, oh my God, they're playing grunge rock music, and it's all modern. I'm like, that's badass.
Thank you.
I heard about you guys opening with White Stripes, and I was sort of like, oh, I'm gonna like this.
Hey, yeah. I love White Stripes and Nirvana and Weezer and Radiohead.
How long have you guys been playing for?
We've been playing for about like two years. 2 years, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we just I started playing drums whenever we made the band, so pretty much 2 years. Yeah, we started the band and we were like, well, we're gonna learn how to play our parts, and then we're gonna.
You're from Turlock, right? Did I hear that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Small town, kind of. Yeah. It's like not what it is. Like everybody knows each other, even though it's actually kind of big now.
So was it you guys' band coming together? Was it like you guys already knew each other and just said, hey, let's try a band out, or did you all is the band how you all met?
Well, pretty much. I transferred schools. I transferred to Pittman High, and then I sat next to this guy right here.
Yeah, in my photography class.
I just asked him, like, do you like music or whatever? And then I ended up going over to his house, and
Because I said I had a drum
set.
set.
Yeah.
Jinx!
Yeah, seriously. I saw that he had a drum set. I was like, dude, I've always wanted to play drums, man. And
Oh, here
I
they
got
are.
on there, and he was like, dude, you're actually pretty good, man. You're catching on. And we just started jamming from there, and we did like a show once. We did like an open mic type of thing.
Yeah.
And somebody came up to us and they're like, do you want to be like on the radio? There's like this radio station called KCSS. And we didn't have anything at the time, and we're just like, what the hell? Like we don't have like nothing recorded at all. This is our first time performing or whatever. And we kind of thought, that we should just keep doing it. And, I started, I mean, so I was like,
You started, yeah.
Yeah.
How many albums do you guys have so far? Or just how many songs, I guess?
A lot. We kind of we just put out everything. We recorded ourselves at home most of the time. But I don't know. It's kind of, if you go on our Bandcamp, there's just a bunch of random recordings with studios and different people and little EPs and albums. We haven't really recorded anything that's super official like our first album. We kind of just released a live studio album, then 7 different EPs after that. And we're working on something right now that's more professional, and it's a real professional EP.
Well, I was digging what I was hearing out here,
Yeah.
I go ahead, man.
I was like, how old are you guys?
I'm 18.
18?
I just turned 20.
Just turned 20? Okay.
Like last.
I was like, I'm like, yeah, these guys
last
are real
week.
talented for being. I'm like, they had to be somewhat younger.
Getting a lot
Definitely
more
younger
done
than
than I
us.
did at that age.
Yeah, let's be honest. They look like babies.
Oh, that would look like baby.
Yeah.
man.
Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
was
some
about to
people-
say, you gotta look 16 or something. But
Yeah, I always get that. It's crazy. I'm just like, oh no, I'm actually 20.
I have
really
kicked
not
on
a
makeup
podcast
right now. That's
going
why
on.
people know I'm like 20. But
Just
when I
interviewing
don't, I
these
look like a
guys.
12-year-old. So I get you.
What's
I
your name,
get
bro?
you.
You want,
My name is Kai.
Hey, Kai, how you doing?
Really good.
Who you dressed as?
you want a microphone?
Oh, cool.
He's dressed up as Itachi.
Elmer's like, I'm gonna kill you.
My brother in the show.
The show.
My only
I'm
goal
gonna be
is to
honest.
kill you.
I've always been more of a Cowboy Bebop guy. I know of Naruto. I
Yes.
just saw the band. I recognize them.
Oh yeah, the Leaf Village.
Yeah.
I'm the trader.
You're the traitor. You're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Well, if you're the Judas, it makes sense. You're sitting at that end of the table.
Oh my God.
It's like, yeah, you get on your
Well,
side.
I believe I'm Catholic.
What? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man. I don't got a pin on me.
No
Sorry.
pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you're welcome, though. You know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we were here talking about Spawn over here with Lady Deadpool. You guys ever watch any of that or read any of that?
No.
More anime over comics?
We've heard
Yeah,
of
pretty much.
Spawn, but we don't.
I don't know. My biological dad, he's always been into Spawn, so I know of it, but I've never gotten into it myself.
There's
I've seen the movie, but
I think there's a joke somewhere because Tom McFarlane, before he created Spawn, he was a big artist on Amazing Spider-Man, and I think he was one of the co-creators of Venom, wasn't he?
Was
the creator, or
I don't
what?
think
No.
so on the Venom
He-
part.
he
But-
drew
but
Venom,
he
though.
did draw Venom at one
He
point.
drew Venom. Yeah. Well, there's like a picture of like Spidey, like all twisted, and then there's the chains everywhere. That one really famous picture that said that's what inspired Spawn. That little joke, yeah.
Well, he said he had Spawn since he was 16. I just read that director's cut comic, and that's what he says. He's like, I had this idea since I was like really young.
Mm.
The one thing about
I
Tom
think,
McFarlane,
I think it was like a Greg Capullo said that joke or something like that. But yeah,
might have been.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'm kind of like, whenever I look at Todd McFarlane's artwork, he's like the kind of guy. He's almost so good. It's like almost not inspiring because you look at that, you're like, why even bother? Why even
Yeah.
start drawing? It's never
kinda
gonna
like
work
an Alex
out.
Grant kind of.
Yeah, or like like a Jim Lee. That's the other one too.
we get the same thing with music too. Like when it's almost like that when we listen to our inspiration. It's like inspiring, but at the same time, it's like, well, shit.
What are some of those bands for you?
Nirvana. For me, it might be a little bit different than Elmer, but for me, it's like Nirvana, Jeff Buckley, Coldplay, Gorillaz, Weezer.
Gorillaz. What'd you guys think of the new Gorillaz album?
I've listened to a couple songs on it. I think it's, I don't know, it technically does have that same old Gorillaz sound, but it's more political, I think.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely
It has a
more
lot of the Black
political.
Lives Matter kind of stuff going on in there.
Yeah. And I like it. I think it has some good points.
It was a really good one. I think the Mavis Staples song is probably my favorite one on there.
I think it's one of those ones like most Gorillaz albums, they just get better the more and more you listen to them. Like at first
Yeah.
you listen, you're like, that's good, but you don't really think much of it. But you gotta let it sink in.
It has
and
to
roll
grow.
around.
It has to like grow on you. Listen to it a couple times and you start to realize how it is, and then you like it.
Yeah. Did you listen to the new Gorillaz album at all?
I've only listened to one song
Uh-huh.
because, and I thought it was pretty badass. I liked it. And I totally agree. You have to keep listening over and over again. But for my work, like either whatever I'm doing, it's always today's hits music on. So I don't get to listen to all the cool crap on right now. I'm pretty sure I'm like over and done with Bruno Mars. Like that's how it is. Like the only music I ever listened to recently.
Well, what'd you think about that new Bruno Mars album?
That's what I like. No, I'm kidding.
Newest one.
I thought it was kind of rapey. That's all I have to say. I listened to the whole thing and I'm like, boy, he's really full of himself.
I'm not gonna lie. It's catchy as hell. Like, oh my god, I don't mean to sing it. I don't mean to dance to it, but it's happening, But
Catchy song.
You
No,
know.
I'm not saying it's bad. I actually think it is pretty good.
Oh,
But
no,
it is
yeah.
kind of like weird. Like all the songs about like, I'm gonna take you back to my room. I'm gonna give you some alcohol.
Yeah.
Let things happen. I'm gonna throw all my money on you.
pretty much.
I missed that one, so yeah. What I've heard of Bruno Mars is really good. But
Sometimes Spotify, you just fall down like far
Yeah.
rabbit holes of all sorts of stuff, and then next thing you know, you don't know what you're listening to
well,
anymore.
because I mean, I'm not to throw you under the bus, because at your job, you're currently a DJ at your job, so I got to get caught up on what the kids are listening to. And I heard you say something I never thought I heard you say. You know what? The new Miley Cyrus album isn't as good as the older one.
Yeah, I got to the point where I could go, I like this Miley Cyrus album pretty well, but there was that weird album in between. I'm not too sure.
Something I never thought I'd hear you say.
I know.
But
I didn't think I was getting to that point where I'm like, hey, here I am. What am I listening to while I'm drunk? I'm listening to Justin Bieber. Didn't expect that to happen.
God.
I had to know what the kids were into.
Your guys' opinion on the Biebs?
Yeah,
Yeah, same here.
Don't know if I should say anything.
I shouldn't say a damn word about it.
I like. We have a friend. His name's Buddy.
How do you feel about Justin?
And we were talking about Justin Bieber. He's like, dude, I don't know what you guys are talking about. He's
I've
like,
heard
I would
stories.
kill to be Justin Bieber. He's like, dude, he's got the abs, he's got the hair, he's got the money. It's like, dude, he's got the perfect life.
That little like cross tattoo right under his eye.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was just kind of funny.
Well, we just got joined here by Poison Ivy.
Hello.
Hello.
He's going.
Got Poison Ivy going here.
Yeah.
Well,
Is your first con right here? How many cons you been to before?
Not here locally.
Heelhauser it.
Yeah, not here locally. I've been to one in LA, and then I've been to one up in San Jose, but never have I been one here before.
Oh, which ones?
Which one?
Yeah, which one? Which one in LA? Which one in San Jose?
San Jose. It's at the convention center downtown. I don't know if you've been there.
The Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
I knew you. I was looking at her like she's cute, but I think I know her.
Yeah, they also have fan-made ones there too.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, you
I was about
name
to
it,
say,
they got all kinds
familiar.
there.
Yeah, I'm all about.
I do.
Yes. You look cute today too.
Thank you.
I don't know. Gotta look under the. Yeah, you look cute.
See, it's funny how that's kind of has, you go to enough cons and stuff, and you're like, oh, I'm starting to see people I recognize, even if we're not even from the same town, just because
yeah.
it's something about kind of comic books and anything of this kind of culture. It's like you travel for this, you know what I mean? Like, you'll go out of your way. You'll
Yeah.
drive 4 hours to go to an event, if not even farther sometimes.
That's
Just-
really true.
I mean, it's that old-fashioned comic book thing. It's like, and I still do it this day and age. Like, we'll go somewhere, it's like, you look up where the comic book stores are, and you just start driving around to go look for more retro video game stores or anything like that.
Yeah. So
Now-
regarding, go ahead.
I was going to say, were you guys big Soundgarden fans at all?
Well, it's kind of funny because they had just been growing on me. I've been starting to get more into them, and then all of a sudden, like, oh shit. Apparently, that sucks.
I know, it's such a bummer because we were like huge Soundgarden, Audio Slave, and Chris Cornell's fans, and just for him to pass away was just so sad. And I think it was just because it was so like he wasn't like he was old. Like another big
Yeah.
bummer is that Roger Moore passed away only
Yeah.
like a couple days later, and that's my favorite 007. But then I thought about, I'm like, oh, he was 89 years old. That was bound to happen to
And just
anyone.
like 2 days ago, Greg Allman. You know,
Yeah.
he's a little
Yeah,
older.
he was-
he's
I
older.
know.
That makes a little more sense.
He was
Like 3 days
69.
ago or something?
Yeah.
man.
But it was
It's
just
like-
kind of one of those ones, like when you're a certain age, it's like, okay, yeah, it's bound to happen. But when you're like in your 50s still, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it
It
sucks.
sucks. It's like all these
it does.
artists that we want to meet someday are just going here and there. We're like, oh god, we gotta get to where we can meet them.
I feel bad. I passed out on missing on seeing Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know, that was a devil.
that
But at
sucks.
least you did get to see Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell together.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
good show. That was a good
That's
show.
what transferred me over to Soundgarden and Stone Temple Pilots was pretty much, going from Nirvana, and then I got more into Pearl Jam a lot.
Yeah, I love Pearl
Brought,
Jam.
all their albums.
Did you guys almost come together just kind of like, oh, let's just jam and see what happens? Or you guys kind of going in like, let's make a 90s band?
Yeah, it was more like, I don't know. He came over to hang out, and I told him to play the simple beat, and I was like, well, I know how to play "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer, so
There you go.
We still have
That's
that
just-
recording. It's freaking
yeah,
cringy as hell.
we have a super cringy
God, it was
recording
like
of
the
us
second day I
first
started playing
playing it.
drums.
Yeah,
And then at that, I'm just like, that was pretty good.
yeah.
I look back at it and
That sounded
I'm just
great.
like, I'm shit.
It
Okay.
did sound pretty great.
Yeah.
out there.
Is that on your Bandcamp or your Spotify or anything like that?
It's private on our YouTube.
Yeah, it's like a private video that I uploaded.
It's like, yeah,
to
we don't even want anybody
Yeah,
else to
we
see
were like,
this.
let's not have
Super embarrassing.
that.
Well, I remember there was a long time where I wanted to start an 80s band, but it was so hard to find people that wanted to play that type of music, because everybody was into the screamo at the time. That was the in thing. So
post-punk
trying to find that was difficult. So it's cool that you guys are able to find each other to find
Yeah.
hey, let's play 90s music, and everybody's down for it.
And it wasn't really like, oh, let's play 90s music. It was like our influences kind of just
Made that.
yeah. Seriously, it's crazy.
It hasn't really been a goal, but it's just kind of come out like that, and I'm glad. All my favorite bands are from the '90s. I don't know.
But yeah.
It's we still don't really. I don't know exactly what to say. It's just we don't try to, but it just kind of comes out of us like that, like kind of ending up sounding like a really throwback, you know?
It's more like a
really
natural process. That's what it sounds like. But no, I think that's really cool, though. I think that makes me super excited. Like when I heard that, I was like, dude, that's so cool. They're doing 90s grunge rock style, but with modern songs. Because that's something that's kind of like a lot of my favorite genres. I love like those modern hair metal bands, I kind of call them. A lot of them kind of came out of Sweden, but in about the mid 2000s to now, and it goes all the way up with like Veins of Jenna, and you got Steel Panther and all these guys doing cool stuff. But like by taking their big influences from all this music, now they're making like even better versions almost because they can absorb every band and now still create new stuff.
Definitely.
So do you guys have any upcoming shows?
Well, we did, but there's been a lot of places that we used to play. They've been closing down. There's only like 2 places left to play in Modesto right now. We had shows lined up at our favorite spot, the Shire, but it closed down recently. They can't reopen until they get a new spot to open up in.
But you guys have a really awesome sound. I'm sure people will find you.
Yeah. Just
I know
check out
we're
our
gonna play
Facebook.
at the Stanislaus County Fair.
Yeah, we will be playing at the fair.
July 20th. Yeah, July 20th, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And where was that going to be at?
Turlock.
In Turlock. Okay, sorry. The
Stanislaus
guitar
County.
solo in the background kind of went over at the same time.
Yeah. So is there any like things you guys want to plug? Anything everybody wants to plug before we close this one out? Sounds like these guys are going to start up pretty soon here.
I just want to say one thing, that punk rock is freedom. That's it.
Punk rock's freedom.
There you go.
What I want to say is I that we have a Facebook, an Instagram, and SoundCloud, and a Bandcamp. You can find us there. Just Bedheads. Just type in Bedheads. Not the Bedheads, just
YouTube.
Bedheads.
So it's Bedheads, not the Bedheads.
Nope.
Okay, good. Because I'll probably put that up wrong, like I always do. Like I'll put like one wrong space, or I'll call
happens
bands.
so much. Don't worry
Anything
about
you want
it.
to? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, I'm just saying that happens so much. Don't worry about it. Like we'll have official posters and it says the Bedheads, and we're like, okay,
Oh yeah,
whatever,
that's right.
it's
When
fine.
it
Close enough.
started, it was like the Bedheads, and we're like,
No,
okay, yeah.
we're not a the band.
Any closing statements for you?
Not really for today. Besides, like, I hope everything goes fun for the rest of the day for everybody.
Okay, I didn't catch all that, but what was?
Phew, I just sneezed.
But thank you.
Ew. What's up, Sasuke? You right next to me. You're gonna get me sick.
Yeah, I got Lady Deadpool right now.
Ooh,
so-
there's one thing I wanted to say. There's a couple
Sorry.
modern bands that I still really
I like your
dig
costume, by
that
the
I
way.
think are still doing it right, which is Cage the Elephant and Arctic Monkeys.
Cage the Elephant's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah,
I
Cage the
think
Elephant's
they-
one of mine too.
That band is just really cool for a modern
meeting you
band.
guys.
Yeah, they are.
Their albums are always so different from each
And
other.
they have a lot of throwback too, like from classic rock to
Take care,
like
guys.
50s. Like they have a lot of.
Cage the Elephant's one of my favorite ones going out right now.
Yeah.
I like though how their first album's so angry and so like almost like punk rock, and then it's almost
Yeah.
like by the second one, like, oh, we got money. Oh, life's good now. Well, why be angry anymore?
Yeah, their second
Yeah.
album is way more happier. I just want to say, I did not hear a word of what she said to me when I gave her the microphone. So
I
well,
could
she-
tell.
What?
I saw your face. You're like, what did you say? Say
So
it.
she
Yeah.
could have just said, "You could all burn and die." Like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, but you have a good show. Thanks for coming on. So hopefully I didn't say nothing to piss her off. But
I've
hopefully
always
she-
wanted to die. I'm just
she's a good cosplayer though. So you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, anything you'd like to plug?
I don't know. I got a Facebook. Well, not yet a Facebook. Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Y'all can follow me. I drive for Lyft, so I have like a Lyft code. If y'all want to use it, I'll just give you guys my card.
Awesome.
It's
Cool.
Cool, yeah, pass the card, and then I can.
Oh, is that use a Rebel Pilot?
Oh, that's
Yes.
sweet.
Yeah, I don't only do Deadpool. I do.
Wait,
other
that's in
stuff.
Sacramento too.
No, that's
No,
in,
that's Modesto, you're
yeah,
right.
there was the Star
The
Wars
Gallows
thing
Center.
there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome,
I didn't want to say one con. I saw like a.
dude. That's a cool
Deadpool-
way to do like a little business card.
Oh yeah.
I like
That's
that.
really
Yeah, easy to remember.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Little, yeah.
Foo Fighters is another good
There
one
we
too.
go.
See, I'm glad you like all these kind of bands because sometimes there's like certain younger people that I meet all the time, and it's like I don't know how retro they are anymore. It's like retro was really cool, and I mean, maybe it was just us, but like when we were, in the '90s kids and like early 2000s, it was really cool to like a lot of '70s and '80s things. So, but I notice a lot of kids nowadays are like straight like, oh, we don't go back. Like I don't play in '64. I don't go any farther back than like PlayStation 2.
Dude, that's crazy.
And I'm like, what?
I guess PlayStation 2 is the new NES.
It is, I
Sometimes
guess.
I play my NES, dude.
Yeah.
Super Mario and.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Most cliche game to play on NES, but I still enjoy it.
This is
Need
actually
help?
really damn hard to get out of.
Need a hand?
You got to sort of bounce. If you bounce, you can launch yourself
Okay.
out.
Like a bouncy house, kinda.
Well, I still want to take this home though. On the
Okay.
real, it's hella comfortable.
Just roll it away.
Throw it. I ain't gonna throw it away. I'll take it. In
Oh,
my-
roll it away. Roll it away.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks for having me on,
Thank you
guys.
so much for
thanks for
coming on the
stopping
show.
by.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. I'm shaking your hand with my other hand because I'm stealing the chair.
We'll give one more shout out boff you take off.
All right.
It finally happened. It finally
I like-
tipped over.
It finally tipped over the
saved your
second you
life.
stood up.
I was
Yeah.
about.
The umbrella didn't want you to take off, apparently.
Yeah.
It was like, nope.
I want
you're-
this all
I'm
day.
sorry, people in Umbrella. I'm taking off. Dead
right.
Purple 7 out. Follow me. I don't know. I give up prizes sometimes, so there we go.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, no worries. Have
Good
fun,
time.
guys.
Nice
Cool,
meeting
cool.
you.
Take care.
Bye. Can I get one of those cards,
Well,
by
awesome.
the way? I was curious.
Okay.
Got to get all your guns now.
Yeah. Can't have too many. America.
Freedom guns.
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
Canadian, eh?
If it's for Canadian, then it's just for hunting. Boosters and whatnot. Okay. Well, guys, sounds like they're getting ready to tune up here. So, one more time, bedheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
for
whoa,
coming
whoa,
on,
you're taking the
guys.
chair. What are you doing?
It's been cool.
This is our like.
Yeah. No, not dragging away our
Chill.
chair. That's our set piece. That's all we have. That's our dignity.
That's you take that away, you take our soul. I'll just wither to nothing. That's
Take
me.
care.
We're gonna start.
Cool.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool, guys.
It's been chill.
Guys,
First
take care.
podcast, by the way. Thank you for being.
Awesome. No, well, yeah, we've, you know,
Glad
Glad
that's
to
what I
pop
feel.
your
We can
podcast, your
intermingle all
podcast
our.
cherry.
I was just gonna say that. Thank you for popping our cherry.
Sorry.
That's okay. We'll intermingle all our media together, and then somehow, some way, we'll be able to share it amongst the masses.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys take care.
Thank you guys.
Cool, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we got Sexy Zombie.
the famed Echoey Welfares. He always has to make an entrance last.
Yeah, that's it.
He got here right at setup time today, like right on the knuckle.
Hey.
I thought we were gonna have to break down instead of set up.
Yeah, if you
Spider-Man hammock.
if you want, we can scoot like over a little bit so you're not in the sun. You want to scoot?
That'd be pretty
You
nice.
sure? You say this now.
So that's why we're the switch. We're gonna have to swap here. Give it to the skinny guy. Okay.
Of course, these are about all tangled.
So I'm gonna make some of these at home.
I'm gonna be asleep here in about.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
See you guys again.
Yeah, same here, dude. Check. Is your mic on? Just double check.
Sure. Nope.
There's a little switch. There's a switch on there.
Click the. Oh,
Check.
I feel like
There we go.
I got the beatbox microphone over here.
Yeah.
I'd try that, but that'd be embarrassing if I tried to do that. It wouldn't work at all.
You just end up kind of.
I don't beatbox. I beefbox.
Champion beef boxer.
Beefbox.
Side band.
Well, we're here. Well, we're here with Sexy Zombie, and they just had their set here at the Sonora Comic Con, and it was totally badass.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good time.
You guys killed it up there.
Still catching my breath.
Bound to happen, I suppose.
Yeah, it was. I think the Comic Con itself had a good turnout. We didn't have many people down by the stage, but about a dozen or so through most of the day. The Bedheads, when they start out, they didn't have anybody. By the end of their set, they had at least 15 people out there. They had a good sound.
Yeah, they had a really cool sound.
Look
I was
at
really
those
impressed.
guys. Look, there's Elmer
In
over
case
there.
they can hear this, I want
Look
to
at that smile.
apologize.
How could
I
you
was
not
not
want to
trying
play
to
that
aim
smile?
at the singer. I was not trying to personally harm the singer when I said watch out. Just if he's listening to that, it wasn't intentional.
Well, let's go down the list here, and you guys can all introduce yourself to everybody, and then just say what you play and anything else you want.
My name is Vile Stain, and I am the drummer / guitar player / bass player / singer. These guys really don't do anything. They're robots.
Robots.
I programmed them.
I am Robot Date.
That's not really true.
Old DM.
In another universe, it is.
I'm a deep member, aka Old DM. I play the guitar strings and the vocal strings.
Sound a little more creepy there. Remember?
I'm Graven Miner. I mastered the low end. Slapping that bass.
Master it
His
how?
fingers around that low end.
And I'm Echoey Welfares. I play the Get Fiddle.
Get
I'm
fiddle.
the obnoxious one.
The obnoxious one,
And the
really?
that has a temper.
Yeah, he's the drama queen.
He's the unofficial woman in our band.
We coax him through the day, though.
Longest to get
you know.
ready.
He's your old drag queen.
He likes to show up at the last second and then comb his hair.
Somebody's got to take the role, just saying.
Somebody has to comb their hair 100 strokes a day. I mean, somebody has
It
to.
is 100. I learned that from
From Marcia?
Brady. Marcia Brady. That's right.
It's an important thing. There's skills like that in life. You don't learn them anywhere else but the TV.
And I'm still hanging from the swing set bar trying to get taller. You know?
Still not working.
No.
Don't even have half an inch yet.
Well, not in height.
Something else is stretching as I do that.
Yeah.
I thought we had a
Progress, little by
Tied to
little.
your shoestring.
I thought we had a good set, guys. I thought it was.
Absolutely.
This was our first show of the year, actually.
Yep, and we got to play a bunch of new stuff that we've been working on and writing together, and a bunch of new songs is always nice and fun because when I came in, they had a bunch of awesome material already, so I get to take over for Dave Man the Caveman, who had other interests in mind at the time. So it's a really cool thing for me to come in and get to play with musicians that I loved watching and playing with. Every time we'd be on bill with these guys, I'd be stoked. So when the opportunity came up, I said, "Hey, I'll sing." I thought they were going to flip me off and tell me, "Dude, you're full of shit."
Well, one of us did, but remember, this guy covers everything for us. He played our first show with us.
He did.
Yeah.
He covered built in down in Modesto.
Filthy couldn't make the show. The old bass player couldn't make the show, and I met these guys for about
It's our first show in Modesto.
20, 30 minutes, and then we played a 40-minute set or something like that. So
Well, you can't beat that
they
now.
said, "Well, we'll play." We had room on the bill for another band, and they said, "Well, you guys are here, so why don't you guys play?" They said, "Well, our bass player's not here, so we'll do it if Seth plays." And I said, "Okay." So I hopped up there, and history right there.
Yeah,
You
we had
know?
a good time. I didn't bring my drum kits.
We didn't even have our instruments.
Yeah, we didn't have our instruments.
Yeah, we'll give him some credit. I used to be in a band called Greasehound, Rick Romero and We had a stand-in drummer at the time.
Right.
That's right,
Ram.
yeah.
Ram.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Ram in there.
And he had a funky setup on his kit. And I just remember sitting back there, his hi-hat cymbals are like 6 inches apart. I'm like, this just isn't going to work.
It's almost like they're crash cymbals, like he's in a big band.
Yeah, exactly.
We
he
made
was playing
do.
like that.
We made do. We didn't even have any. I had no idea what they sounded like at that point in time. So
But he had a lot of energy.
it worked out. It was awesome.
That's okay. Sometimes you gotta be different there.
That's
at the
why I'm
drums.
deep members, because if wherever they need me, that's where I get to.
You feel the
Jobs no one
deep
else will do.
pockets.
Yeah, deep pockets.
I like what you said. Like every captain needs a cabin boy up on stage.
Yeah, Captain
The
Echoey
dishes got to
Welfare.
get done somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's got to clean up the mess.
He said swab the deck.
Oh.
Not
You know I
swab
don't
the poop
listen.
deck.
I was like, I don't chew.
Well, like I was talking to you guys at the show, the Black Bomb Metal Fest. We're talking a little bit about Sexy Zombie and having Seth come in with the new material. It's like I said, Echoey, our character over there. I'll let his human
It's only when I'm
identity
in
slip a
trouble that
little
I
bit.
hear that name.
Well, yeah, working on it. But he's a riffer. I mean, you could hear him up there. We give him a lot of room to breathe on the new songs. Gets to just play some really killer solo stuff, which you don't hear in a lot of bands anymore. I mean, they'll do quick solo stuff like that, but like letting him jump out there and do it, and then like getting him and Seth in there on some of the melodies, harmonies that they're playing on guitar is really cool too. I screwed up on Arachnophilia today. I jumped the gun on that, but these guys with their two guitar
That's our
players
song
are
about
really
a girl who's in love with spiders.
It's important.
She'll let it crawl
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah, Echoey's not a spider fan. So we could say
It's
Spider-Man
okay.
is probably not his.
Cabin
his
Boy has a big shoe.
He was actually when I was little. I caught him looking at me in the shower.
Just hanging upside down, peering through the window,
who's your new
slowly
superhero?
slide back up.
So who's your new superhero now?
Huh?
Who's your new superhero
I
now?
don't have any superhero.
You don't have a go-to?
No, it'd be a chick. It'd be Pink.
There you go.
Pink
What,
is
like
a
the
superhero.
Like the
in her own
Pink
right.
Ranger?
What?
Like the Pink Ranger?
The pop star Pink.
The pop
Oh,
star
Pink.
Pink the singer.
Well, I heard superhero, so I kind of went to what's similar?
Pink is kind of a superhero though. She's pretty
she is.
badass.
Oh yeah. She is.
Look at
She
him melt
could-
over there.
She could save me.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
got
say,
it.
I
About
gotta
Pink
go
any
back.
day of the week. He'll melt to his chair.
She's always trying to get the party started,
Yeah.
What can you say?
Just gotta try.
But yeah,
That's one
bringing
of hers,
Seth
right?
in with the new material has been really great because he has these songs and riffs that he's been playing for years and
He writes
hasn't
10 of
worked
them
out
every morning.
with other bands.
Jesus.
Has or has not worked out with other bands, just like with some of the stuff that Echoey had when he brought in. We just kind of reform it and do our own thing around it and have fun.
Absolutely.
And then Miner just grabs their bottom end and fills it all up.
Yeah, basically it's smoke and mirrors up there. I'm faking it.
It's like the magician's work going on. We'll bring
Pretty
it around
much.
the Comic-Con.
Pretty much.
It's like, what's his name from Spider-Man? Just drew a blank all of a sudden.
Dr. Octavius?
No. The guy who's the stunt man who does all the special effects.
Oh,
Mysterio.
Mysterio. Oh, Mysterio.
I had to correct myself there.
Yeah.
I would have never known.
See, yeah. Well, I thought, we're at Comic-Con. We have to, tie it in somehow to Spider-Man.
Link it in some way.
I was dressed as Al Bundy earlier, so.
Al
Had
Bundy would be
my
a
no
superhero.
ma'am shirt on,
With
That's
the
pretty
mask,
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, National
reference.
Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. Just have to throw that out there.
See, sometimes I think with Al Bundy, you almost have to go as the whole family so people get you. There's always those costumes that need, the other people involved or else you might not be noticed.
Hey, so I'm not gonna be the girl, am I?
Well, there's two girls,
I
so
thought we established that when you walked to the table.
if you guys had to be from Married with Children,
100 strokes, remember? 100 strokes a day. Keep that pretty hair pretty, baby.
if you guys were all going to cosplay as Married with Children, if he's Al Bundy, who's the rest of you then?
Peggy.
Okay,
Yeah,
Peggy.
Yeah.
I think you got the hair for Peggy.
the red beard instead of the red hair.
Yeah, he feeds us all breadcrumbs from the bottom of the toaster and stuff like that. It's
Here's your
awesome.
payment.
Yeah, that's what we get paid. We get paid in filth from around the house.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. You never know what you're gonna get. It's kind of like that Gump saying.
Oh, look, there goes balloons into space.
Away. Memorial Day is officially over. Balloons are gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
It was a good weekend though for I think for doing this Comic Con here. It looked like
Absolutely.
it was a good success from what we were seeing. We're just providing the music here. for the community event, but it looked like a lot. I mean, the parking lot was full. We saw a lot of people in costumes. It looked like people were having a good time.
Yeah, a lot of cross traffic going by, just people walking back and forth, all kinds of things. And plus, I think it's like the right temperature. You know,
Yeah,
it's
this
warm,
weekend-
but it's not like ridiculously hot yet.
Yeah.
We said this a little earlier, but it's like I figured it'd be good, but it's like it had a much better turnout than just I assumed. Plus, there's a lot more people, a lot more booths than I thought there would be. Because I've been to like a bigger Comic Con than this, but I think this one was still better because it was just like the other one's like, well, we got a bunch of stuff, but all the stuff here is not as much of it. But it's like so much better than the other Sacramento one that I've been to. So.
Yeah. This is a little more intimate, I think.
Definitely.
Like enough, you get like enough stuff for you to check out and have a good time and spend a good couple hours at.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think the music was a good idea. I think that was just really what
Ziggy, who was putting this on, he threw it at me and he said "Sexy Zombie." He wanted us to play for 5 hours. I was just like, I don't mind playing, and I knew we'd be basically playing for free. I did get sponsors, and because of that, we were able to put on the show, and I was able to get every musician paid today. So we're gonna make a little bit of money, but. I was like, I don't want to play. Yeah.
He's like, that's it, I'm free.
Dang it, the word's out. He knows he's getting paid now.
So that's a pack of schmouch.
Well, yeah, we were able to put this on and with, relative ease here. And I was able to just say, hey, Sexy Zombie, I'd like to do it, but I want to do 4 or 5 hours just Sexy Zombie kind of book other bands. And he was totally amenable to that idea. And like I said, got some local sponsors and did it. A guy hit me up today about doing the Turlock Haunted weekend down there.
Yeah, I talked to that guy earlier too.
Yeah, so he seemed like way interested. Yeah, he dropped that by, so he wants to add music to that because he thought it was a good idea. So
Amp Guild down in Turlock.
Yeah, so like Deep Member here, we've been talking about this. I think all of us been talking, just like kind of finding a nice little niche for the band to fill, and have fun in these Comic Cons and these nerdgasm events.
Right.
But it might be fun little things to do. Just provides music. It's a little different atmosphere. I mean, I've heard of Comic Cons where you go like to the after show, anything, but nothing like really during the Comic Con. So
yeah, and any of the kind of events I've seen, they never had just music playing.
Yeah.
Maybe there was certain special things there, but it wasn't like a common thing. Oh, hold on to the.
Yep. We got this umbrella here that's kind of just teeter-tottering. I almost flew away like Mary Poppins on this motherfucker earlier.
Yeah, this thing took off at us.
Mary Poppins, John.
Yeah, I know. The Guardians.
Bring it back to Marvel and bring it back to Guardians.
Is he cool? Instant classic, man.
And Echo, he hasn't seen the movie, so he doesn't know what we're
I'm
talking
so
about.
confused right now.
He's so lost. You haven't
I
seen
think
Guardians yet.
Because
What have you been
saw it,
doing?
right? You saw it a couple days ago. Yeah.
He sees enough spandex at home.
Is it ever enough?
Exactly. Spandex and fishnets.
Yeah, baby.
Echoey specials.
Well, the cool thing here, too, is we got big, long sets for all the bands. That's what I kind of like, too. It wasn't just like your short half-an-hour ones, and then the next band comes on. It's like, oh, everybody got to play for like an hour plus.
Thank Mr. Stain for that, for putting that into effect, because that's the most annoying thing from a band's perspective, to get up there just in time to pack back up.
Yeah, you
I mean,
get
it's
5
badass.
songs in, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh, I spent way more time setting up and breaking down. I mean,
And
that's,
these guys, they got to play their full sets, like Bedheads and Bravo TK. They got to play their full sets and still had time to spare.
Yeah.
So they weren't feeling rushed. Nobody was really rushed today, as far as setting up, breaking down. It's been a real laid-back, casual day.
It's worked out great for me.
If we had tried to book more bands and fill more time, it'd just be more equipment in and out. And I think it went fairly smooth, and with little breaks in between, about 20 minutes between the bands. And
We should get back to
and the bands,
play
I think,
live
appreciate that. I know we do. I think the other bands did too. That they got to, like what Echo is saying, is like show up and you get to play 2 songs and you pack up and go. They got to actually kind of showcase their stuff. And in fact, I think they showcased everything they had.
Right. And then
Which is great.
I opened the show acoustically, and I played. I started 15-20 minutes before. I ended up playing like almost an hour and a half by myself.
I know. I was like, man, you got tons of material by
Oh,
himself.
dude,
Like,
I barely even looked at my book one time just to get a name of somebody. I was like, man, what do I got? 20-30 minutes? They're like 6. I was like, oh, all right. Never went that hour. That was awesome. So.
And I like you did it as Al Bundy up there too.
No, yeah,
In the
yeah.
outfit.
You gotta. I love the onstage characters. That's why we created our personas and Deep Member came about and all that. As Seth D. Baker's a guy with an acoustic guitar. And Deep Member is a whole nother entity of delightment. And I just get to do and say some things.
I like that word you chose,
Delightment, yes.
Very, very
It starts with a D. Yeah. It's always fun when you start with a D.
Do you ever get to the point where your personalities start to fight with each other, and then you get lost in your own mind?
No, they all
Fight
get
Club
along.
it?
You know, they smoke a lot of pot together, so it's all good. You know? I'm medical. Don't worry, I'm medical.
You were
I'm all
raising your
legal
hand
here.
for that one. You were raising your hand for that one.
Well, mine definitely fight.
Any Tyler Durden type situation?
The what?
Tyler Durden situation with that?
He wakes up with bruises all over his penis all the time.
He fell down the stairs.
Echoey has actually not seen Fight Club.
Have you ever seen a third eye black eye? I mean, you can't even hardly pee out of it. It's so swollen shut. It's crazy.
Be careful there now.
Hey, I just speak the truth.
Well, those things do happen.
Keep it PG-13.
Oh yeah, it's Comic Con, PG. All
Yeah, I know.
ages.
Is it? Oh, we broke that rule a while ago.
Well, ours is
talking to
pretty
old
toned
DM
down
here.
still. As far as a regular podcast goes, I still thought it was like toned down as long as I'm like, oh yeah, there is other people here. We're
Yeah,
not
but-
just like a metal fest or by ourselves.
We had some kids walking by, like, and then just stop. They just stumble like, anyway, just like abruptly change the subject. Boy, there are some good Batman costumes in there. Oh, okay, yeah, back to the butt fucking joke. Okay.
Right.
That's okay. Batman's always there to save the day, no matter where you are in life.
Yeah, did you guys see the puking Batman?
The what?
Puking Batman?
So this right here, it's this little toy. Just picked it up here. I just figured something to hold this down. But basically, it's this little like almost Russian doll thing. You push a button, and it basically vomits candy. It's all out of it because people are having so much fun with it. But yeah,
Right.
It took one band for the candy to all go away.
just go
That's all I'm saying.
like just violently, like Batman after like Saturday morning or so.
Make that money.
Got a DUI on the Batmobile.
Well, that's pretty much what a Comic Con is. It's just a place to walk down the aisle and throw money at stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. It's just a flea market geared towards action figures and comic books
Yeah, I
and video
walked into
games.
the main hall. I had to walk out real quick before I spent money. There's lots of cool stuff in there.
I haven't been there last hour. I just know I'm going to lose more money. Like most of the stuff you see here, it's just stuff that's gathered up from the day.
Well, it's like I always like my main thing I like to do is I like to go find artwork that's kind of like very original that looks like, hey, this is like nobody else's. It's, even if it is characters like this right here, where it's like you got Wolverine and Hulk, but it doesn't look like just any Wolverine and Hulk picture. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I saw the Flash over here too. That's a cool one.
Yeah, that one's really awesome. There's some people who are trying to get on today, but don't know if we're gonna try and get Lopan 4000 on. We'll see what happens. But check out his artwork, and then I've been actually talking about being on, but there is Bonks and Babbers, which they have some really good pixel art stuff. So check them out too.
Yeah, I kind of thought, I was like, well, we can't really have these guys on because it's like during the con because I'm like, oh, well, we're taking away from their sales hour. You know what I mean? They only got so much time to wheel and deal. This is like their main gig.
Probably a couple of my favorite vendors right there. But as far as Sexy Zombie goes, do you guys have any upcoming shows or anything like that?
Nothing booked right now. Just kind of seeing how this rolls with the Comic-Con thing. We all have, it's tough having 4 members. I mean, we work really hard to make sure we get together and rehearse, but it's really hard coordinating 4 members who, Deep members got his minions and
I come all the way from the valley, so I live down in Newman, which is past Modesto out in there in the cow shit land, and so I drive up here every other weekend to try to get some practice in, and we've been working on a lot of new stuff this year, so I mean,
which we set forth to doing this to revamp and everything like that and come back out strong. So I mean, when we book what, close to 50 shows through the year, but we want to have some new material to enjoy that this time instead of just pounding it out.
Yeah, we were taking our time working with Deep Member here. He like I said, he's bringing a lot of new material in. It's been great, a lot more groove oriented, I think. I'm having a lot more fun wrapping my head around drums on it because I'm departed from the song. Like when I talked to you guys before, like I was coming up with a lot of riffs, showing Echoey, and he was coming back. I'm out every time. You're just too pretty either way,
I haven't even flipped my hair at all yet.
Yeah. You just
Got to get your CC DeVille on.
Thank you. Did you know that? Did he know that? Did he know about my love for CC DeVille?
If you'd ever let a man in.
You know what? Because I have that
Maybe
same love for CC DeVille.
Maybe
So,
I
you know,
outed you.
interconnected
with him.
mentally.
Yeah, that's the reason I play guitar. I performed with him once, and dude's bad. Dude's a bad
Dude, it's
man.
like he's like one of the best guitar players. I love telling people that too, because some people take offense to it for
I
some
know.
reason. So I go like, oh yeah, you know who's like one of the best guitar players of all time? CC DeVille.
That's right. That's specifically why if I ever list my idols and stuff. I've got my the Zach Wilds, which it's pretty obvious there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it. Yeah.
And then Stevie Ray's and stuff like that. For I don't want to say talent, but CC DeVille's the whole reason for all this as far as echoey goes. Dude, yeah. And I love the fact that they're out touring right now. Love
I know.
those
I really want to go see him this year. They're playing with
Def
Leppard
who
and
just got in trouble for knocking in the middle of a press conference at the show in the venue. They're like behind the little curtain, and he's like, bands, glam bands like Poison and stuff like that have no substance.
It's like,
are you the biggest idiot?
Def Leppard is a glam band.
Exactly.
Like,
oh yeah, Pour Some Sugar on Me. That was a deep
you're like
song.
the exact same thing as Poison. I don't mean that and that's not a bad thing, but I mean like, dude, it's like you're in the same
Yeah.
genre.
How the hell do you think they made their money?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Obviously that means they just raised themselves to some higher level.
Exactly.
Who else? They're playing somebody else really cool too, because
Tesla.
Oh yeah, Tesla. That was the one.
Well,
I was like,
I grew up with them in Elk Grove, Sacramento. So
Oh,
those
nice.
boys are. We used to walk and run into them at the supermarket every day. And they're just like salt of the earth dudes. And two of the greatest guitar tandem. Just playing guitar. Those dudes are so don't get the credit they deserve.
That's one of the
Brian
coolest bands from like the 80s, early 90s.
Absolutely.
I have a buddy from Sacramento, and he made some of the Tesla's newest music videos, I guess, are in the last 10 years or so. So he got to be friends with them too.
Nice.
So I was like, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, those dudes. They're absolutely the coolest. So. Yeah, that's a good. Other than the Def Leppard thing, that's a killer bill.
I know. Well, some of those ones I've seen Def Leppard before too, and they're like way better in concert than they are on the CDs. It's like, dude, where's all these guitar solos? Why aren't these recorded? Like, what the heck are you guys doing? This is so cool. Like, play more of this.
That's right.
But I really want to go just to see Poison more than anything, and then Tesla as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Poison still puts on a great show. I still can't get it. Anytime one pops up on YouTube, I'm watching it like I'm right there, showing them my. Yeah, I feel bad saying that. Flashing my tits in there.
You're like, woo! Good for you!
Flashing his tits
Hey,
at
they
the laptop.
It's okay.
Maybe the webcam's on.
Laptops need love too.
NSA's watching, so for someone.
Oh, that's awesome.
But as you can see, we have a lot of fun with what we do with our personas and with our love of the different types of music. If Echoey didn't have it wouldn't be Sexy Zombie if he liked Kurt Hammett.
Fuck that guy. Guy's the most irrelevant, useless player ever.
It's Sexy Zombie because he is a CC DeVille band. But Kurt will eventually hear one of these and be like,
I hope he does.
He's like, who's that guy talking shit about me?
Is that? I don't mean to crowbar in. Is that the guy that kind of left the band like 2 weeks before a big show? Is that dude or?
No, Kirk Hammett.
Kurt Hammett's the guitar player for Metallica.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! It shows where I'm at. Fuck. I know the medals.
So there's this standing argument that CC DeVille is a better guitar player than Kurt Hammett.
Oh, okay. I'm just.
Well, I'm on the CC DeVille
All
side.
right.
That's okay. So.
Sorry, I just showed my ignorance.
I like
my bad.
Metallica and all, but
that just took away anyone that would have been mad at me for saying that about Kirk Hammett. Totally forgot about.
You're
me.
welcome.
Thank you for just throwing a blind on that.
I took the bullet for you.
Yeah, I know, following that grenade, dude.
it's kind of like when you step on a grenade and slip a couple times before
I'll be
you
honest.
fall on
I
it.
never watched a lot of Metallica. I never listened to a lot of Metallica. So it's just one of those. Yeah, I always liked them. Always had respect for them. But I never listened to a lot of them. So yeah, I just probably stepped another grenade just now.
Yeah,
Now you're like backpedaling. Trying to get out of it.
Here's some razor wire. You want to jump on that?
See, well, what I like about the Sexy Zombie, though, is I like the fun factor. Because I've just kind of learned, like, the more and more I get farther in life, the more I just like bands that are having a really good time. And it's like, everything about it's just fun. It's like, Nate's got the Ailstorm t-shirt on. That, to me, represents, like, one of the funnest bands you can possibly see. See, look at that. Like, how is that not fun? Even if you don't even know what the band is, you can look at that T-shirt and it tells you exactly what you want.
Stain over there made a fan out of me, showing me that like videos of them. Those dudes.
Oh yeah, the Hailstorm.
Yeah.
And coming up on Dan's Warped Tour, playing with Guar.
I know.
And TSOL.
Wind.
And a bunch of other bands that I won't know of until the day I see them.
Yep.
But that's the cool thing about Warped Tour is they still do underground bands. The band we opened up for last year, Dollskin, that was up here in Sonora.
Yeah.
They got a leg of the Warped Tour. They just released another album. Those girls were rocking. We got to open up for them. Of course, we could be their grandfathers.
I know that was a little creepy.
Because they're all like 17.
I had to really watch
Great
myself
musicians.
not to say so. Yeah.
It's okay, you can always pull out the Winger song. She's only 17.
17. Actually, one of the covers we've talked about doing.
Yeah, it is a cover we've talked about doing. Winger was another underrated band.
It is.
Dude, yeah, they are.
And everybody knows it's Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
That's why Winger's got a bad name.
That's okay, though. That probably's got a lot more albums sold because people are like, I got to figure out who these Winger fellas are. You know, they get that thing. It's like, well, Beavis and Butthead don't like them, but maybe there's something there. I got to buy it anyways. Because it was back in the day before you could just go check it out online. So you had to physically go out and buy it.
That's right.
Yeah, better to buy the album than the Playgirl.
You had choices at one time period. You had to spend that money wisely.
Awkward buying that magazine that time.
You're like, I thought this was the one with girls in it. The weird thing is, I just got a subscription to it. It just happened.
This is mine.
This isn't mine. This isn't mine. Oh, you want me to throw it away? No, don't throw it away.
Laura just walks in. Can I explain this?
I want to see other models so I can find my own path in life and learn from their success.
Goals.
It's okay. Remember, Tom Morello was a male stripper before he was in Rage Against the Machine.
That's true. Yep.
Is this a fun fact or is this an alternative fact?
No, this is a real fact.
Is that some fake news? Is that fake news?
Nope.
Is that real news?
When he originally moved out to L.A., he needed a little gig, so there was a period where he was like a male stripper.
Wow.
I mean, if you haven't
You
flopped
heard
your
it
dick
here.
out for money,
Well,
you
I
haven't
heard it
really
here
been
first.
hungry.
Yeah.
At Old Man Orange Productions.
It was when he was in that. What was the band?
Lockup?
Yeah, Lockup. That with that band before Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, made up for that Metallica comment, knowing that.
We still have our
Come back
facts.
with something. A few things here and there.
He'll pull a really random band out.
So trivia, yeah. That's stripper.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's kind of weird because you just picture Tom Morello like now.
Yeah. And
Coming out flying on a guitar like a superhero.
Yeah.
Yelling his bull is on parade, you know?
Yeah.
now,
Yes.
I didn't know, Stain, if you were talking about your the artwork stuff like that, you like that in special pieces. That's one of the other reasons why we've taken a step back on gigs and stuff like that is doing things like that, art markets, stuff like that we're trying to.
Yeah, we're working on. So you guys know the facility up there where we did Black Bomb, and that went over pretty well for that night. So I approached the landlords about wanting to do like an art market. They're not sure about the zoning up there for like vendors and stuff, so we're gonna probably do it more community oriented and call it like a rummage sale or something.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be pretty awesome.
And so host a stage like people just, you know, if you got a table, bring it. You know, no specific vendors, but people have artwork and stuff like that. We just kind of treat it like that, like an open yard sale for
High-end rummage.
There's
like
a lot of great artists, people that make some great art up here.
Yep. So just like a big picture a big centralized yard sale at our place in the afternoons on a Sunday with some live music.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea, especially if, you know, it's kind of a little bit more, it's not just, I guess, like a flea market necessarily with just like a bunch of people's junk. You can almost have more like, hey, here's somebody with some cool pots, or this person's got some drawings, or, you know, some jewelry, and, you know, maybe even have a couple, I don't know if you can have food vendors or anything like that. Does that take another permit?
That's why we're also going to be hosting the barbecue part of it. There's where it's funny because being in Tuolumne County and opening a business, I've done it before, and it's just like you want to cater to the community, but it's kind of ridiculous. Some things you have to use titles for, so it's like I just want to get some people together who can sell their art while we play some music and eat some food. So to do that, we have to call it a community music recital.
A recital?
Yeah, we'll call it a recital.
Recital of the arts.
Community, yeah. And rummage sale barbecue.
Yeah.
slash barbecue.
Surprised they let you get away
Looking
with
for them
barbecue. You
loopholes.
think they'd still like something like like rotisserie artisan.
Yeah, we could call it
That might sound too fancy for Tuolumne County now.
the Wiener Rummaging Fest or something.
That's what I like Tuolumne County. It's got to have wiener in the name.
Rummage my wiener.
So and again,
That's what it should be called. Rummage my wiener.
There we go.
We got hot dogs and we got art and we're doing a rummage sale.
there you go.
Rummage my wiener.
And if you keep it community oriented, just keep it open to people so they can know nothing hinky is going on. They're kind of like these guys are legit or whatever. They'll be behind it, And the thing is that the county, they could redo the zoning and we could possibly do vendors up there. But just having a casual, good time and community oriented, it's going to cost me less money.
Yeah, there you go.
To put it on.
But yeah, that's
So-
always the thing. You got to get around all those weird loopholes of like making sure everything's good so that nobody says anything. 'Cause you can't
So,
use-
and we got a lot of good old boys up here in Tuolumne County who are great musicians, and they are there for the cause, and they'll help us figure it out in the long run, whatever we need to do to make, because they know we're legit and that we want to do music. We want to teach music to kids and vets and anybody else, and anybody else who wants to use music as an art form in their life, and being able to host part of it's hosting ourselves. It's a little selfish. Let's not let's not lie about it.
such thing as a
It's like
selfless
what? Featuring sexy zombie.
But it's important to have that kind of advertising, though. You know what I mean? And it's like not only you advertising yourself, you got stuff there that people come to every week or every time it's there, and there'll be all kinds of different stuff to do.
Yep, exactly, and we know that there's a community of people out there who will help us get to where we need to go with that.
Really?
And here's McDougal's Old Time Kettle Corn. I'm sorry, I was just taken by his van as he came by.
And I was like, yeah, there's a muffler right behind us.
Yeah, I was like, it was there just.
You could probably feel the heat wave of it.
So I was like, you gotta be kidding me, really?
If it had tinted windows, I'd be a bit more nervous.
He's got a van job.
He did get a
He's
van
like, I'll get
job.
rid of this sexy zombie. I'll put him.
Just
Give
revs
him a
up,
deep
just all the
van
exhaust
job
and
right
everything.
now.
He offered me candy.
He's like, you want to get in the
Oh,
van,
around
little
the
boy?
corner.
It was a candy van, kind of. Well, it's a popcorn van.
Yeah.
It's just- I don't know.
You want some candy,
like-
little boy?
He's like, little
candy
boy?
corn.
He's having trouble luring him with the kettle corn. He has to go to candy or ice cream.
You like sugar and nicotine, huh?
Kind of reminds me, there was this kid running around here who was dressed as Hugh Jackman, and he had like mutton chops. But from a distance, I just like, does that kid literally? Oh, he's dressed as Wolverine. I literally thought this kid was like at 10 years old. It's like, what is he doing? Taking testosterone? Got a full-on beard. I'm like, I'm afraid of what this kid will become later in life.
Right? And the other 10 kids that walked by needed some of what he had. And they were in their 20s,
She just walks up like, got any smokes, bub?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh god, he's gonna be like the next evolution of man by the time he's 25.
Makes his own chew out of like tree bark.
Yeah. Just takes a bite of an oak tree and just starts chewing it up and spitting it.
Yeah.
Oh, like, that's one manly child there.
One arm wrestle? No, I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Oh, my arm broken today. Thank you.
But I think in the long, did we ever answer the question about? I think we just circled around the fact that we really don't have any shows coming up, and then made a bunch of excuses as why.
Yeah. Let
I
us
jumped
know.
on a couple of landmines along the way.
Yeah, we're also working on another project, tentatively called Elbow Grease, and that's we talked about that last time about doing the covers. All of us, we will we'll trip to our third personality and go do some
casino
cover,
gig or something. Would
some
be
classic
nice.
covers and stuff. Hit some casinos, make some money, so that we can continue doing our original music. So we've been working on that too, and that's a lot of hard work. With a member
nostalgia-based.
coming up here every 2 weeks, we
Trying to remember. My short-term
lyrics.
memory loss comes in and kicking in every day.
You guys could become the Poison cover band. Make a
Already
little
done.
bit.
Already done.
Yeah.
Check it out on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool. Halfway there.
That's right, yeah. Already there.
Yeah, we got at least 3 songs in the set or 4.
For Poison?
Yeah.
Oh, I could do any of them.
Yeah, I think
Tell me at any point I could. I'll pull out.
Yeah, I just gotta remember all the
end up
words.
playing
An
every
album,
Poison
and
song.
you don't even have to give me the name. Just give me the track number, and I'll be like, oh, I got that one.
You're just prepared for the call when CeCe DeVille's like, I can't make it. You're going to have to come in, dude.
Dude,
You're going to have to come in. Can you fly in tonight?
Absolutely. I grew up planning for that. First, I said when I got to meet him, I turned into a little schoolgirl. But yeah, that's literally what I practice for, just in case.
Just
Never
a Rocky IV montage of that.
See, there,
Sadly, yes.
Just playing in the rain.
There was a period
snow.
about like 8 years ago where I had my hair like bleach blonde,
Oh.
and when I was living in San Francisco, it was right when like Bret Michaels' like TV show finally came out, and he was starting to get popularity again. Because before that was almost like the dark years of Poison, where like they were just hidden in the shadows and like almost like a forgotten band. Like they're just all washed up. That's what I used to hear in high school.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden they kind of boomed once again. Like I guess the same thing with Motley Crue. They had the same problem too. But
That's right.
And then they boomed later on. But people would always drive by in San Francisco and yell out the window like, Bret Michaels! Good times.
It's a pretty man, though. Can't help.
Could have been worse. They could have thought you were Edgar Winter.
Yeah.
That did happen. Or no, it was
Johnny
Johnny
Winters.
Winter.
Yeah.
There was one time.
That's even uglier. Poor old man.
This was kind of we talked about it once on the
God rest his
podcast
soul.
or so, but this was kind of a funny story. It was me and my buddy were down in Isla Vista, down by Santa Barbara, and down there was kind of weird because there was like nobody over the age of 30. Everybody was like in that college age of maybe 17 to 28 or so. And we're hanging out with a couple buddies down there. We were gonna go down to an Offspring show and everything like that. And we're like, let's go get some pizza or something like that. So we're at this place getting pizza, and we're standing in line waiting. And there's just this old, crusty man there who's probably been the guy who's lived in Isla Vista his entire life, like never left, never grew up, I guess you could say. He stayed in Neverland and just aged with it. And he turns around, he looks at me, and he's all like, "You look like that Johnny Winters fella." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then he turns back around, and then he turns and he looks at my friend Cisco, who's a big kind of tall Mexican guy with almost like, we always call it like a Jew fro. I don't know how else you...
A half row, kind
I
of
know.
going up, and it just stops.
And then it kinda, like,
falls back.
I know
sags
Cis-
over.
I know
and he-
Cisco.
Yeah, Nate knows Cisco. Well, he looks at Cisco, and he just goes, "I'm going to kick you in the fucking head." And we just kind of go, "Oh, let's go sit back down, and we'll get back up and get drinks later." And I remember Cisco looks at me, he's like, "Well, I guess that's what people think the difference between you and me now."
He was just like, "This boy's tanner than me. I don't like it none."
I don't like him in my Isla Vista. That was the only time I got the Johnny Winters thing. So it's clearly he probably didn't know who Bret Michaels was. He was probably too old for that. Do you got your own chair now?
What an
Came prepared.
interesting set of events.
Yeah, those Spider-Man chairs they're a little bit much.
Yeah. There we go.
No, there you go.
They make good for set pieces. That's what I mean. It's a talking piece.
I mean, it's very inviting. I'll give it that.
Is it because it's named a spider chair?
No.
I don't even think that's what it's called. We just call it that.
We just call it because it's just like
It's called a
a
bunjo.
hammock. It's like a Spider-Man hammock almost.
That's really what it's called?
No, we just
That's what
call
it says is the bunjo.
Oh,
That's what I call my underwear. It's a Spider-Man hammock.
Oh, that's
Holds my 8 inches of fun.
Hold your web slinger.
Yeah. That was a good one.
You gotta put cartridges in it every once in a while. Keep it reloaded.
Yeah.
Like I need my testosterone
Keep them.
shots.
I keep them wrapped in my shirt sleeve like a pack of cigarettes. Just in case I need some.
You never know, it might come in handy. Gotta be prepared. Dude, you got Sam's Cola there, like living the dream.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're living the dream. That's some good choices in life that bring you to that right there.
I just saw the color scheme in the corner of my eye. I thought it was a Coors Light for a second.
I actually
Yeah.
do that at work. That's why I love walking around with those, because everyone's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "I've been drinking since 9."
Now I'm on a
Diet
diet.
Sam's
Cola.
Cola, that is.
Surprised it's not like Sam's beer by this point.
Exactly. Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, I know Sam didn't want beer in Walmart when he was alive, and then he passed away, and they're like, guess what we're doing?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to have a ginormous wall of alcohol the second that you leave Walmart. The old man's gone. We can do whatever we want.
Ding dong.
They're just chucking his body into a grave. Like, guess what? We're going to make so much money. Because what does the target audience of Walmart love?
That's right.
Yep.
Booze and panties.
They like that shit and they like it cheap.
And I don't want to pay more than $3 for my panties now. And I want to be able to
That's
pick
the weird part is the beer and the panties taste exactly the same.
up, where's my Keystone Light?
Yeah.
I want
wearing
36
it.
beers, and I don't want to pay more than $15.
Right? Well, then your beer doesn't come with an underwire.
I want my beer to taste like it was filtered through a bunch of underwear.
Nice. Yes, I feel a song coming on that one.
The Keystone Panties song.
Yes.
He's thinking about it. He's going.
It's running. It's
Going to
running.
town now.
He wakes up tomorrow morning. There's gonna be like
10
4 of them.
songs about it tomorrow morning. We'll just pick the best one.
It's gonna be like an anthology album. It's gonna continue on.
Just called Penisburg.
And there's a story. It'd be like one of those like old like
Ode to Walmart.
like outlaw western, like where there's like a story involved and everything like that.
Like Red
It's a
Sabine or
spaghetti
something
strap
like
western.
that.
Yeah, like it's not even really like a song. It's almost more just like a story with music behind it.
I was going down the Walmart the other day, and I saw myself some cheap ass panties, and I was thinking to myself, something like that.
Boy, I could use some Keystone Line, and I got the Keystone Line,
That's
and
a
I was
hell of a
driving
deal.
downtown. And then you have where it's like, man, the ghost of Sam was chasing me down, coming back to me, telling me I shouldn't buy the alcohol from Walmart.
I said, Sam, fuck you, get out of my way. It's $15 right here. I got my Keystone Line. It just picks back up again.
This is gold material.
See, you never know. See, that's where I always think that a Western band is the fact that, like, I just feel like that would be one of the easiest bands just to write music for. Now, I know probably somebody who's really into country is going to look at you like, bullshit, like, you're going to really know that. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like, dude, you just got to write a bunch of fun, weird lyrics and then play 3 chords behind it and you're good to go.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Cash was the master at that, especially at the end there.
Yeah.
Satirical stuff. I mean, and
Talk into that phallic thing.
I was looking at it before.
It's like, it's with the musician not knowing how to use the microphone.
Well,
He plays
it's
guitar
so
mainly.
stupid. When I realize if I say something really stupid, I can be like, oh, no, they didn't. But no, like Johnny Cash, I mean, all the covers and stuff he did, of everything from Soundgarden and all that stuff at the end, they were brilliant. But then a lot of his stuff was just storytelling. And that's what makes his stuff amazing. You know? So that would be, and this guy right here could pull that off.
Yeah, he is working actually on an anthology of our origin.
Yeah.
Origin story, the theme song of Sexy Zombie.
I was actually kind of hoping he'd just surprise us and pull
Oh
that.
yeah, I almost.
You like
you know
Jethro
what?
Tull?
Before I knew it,
It's a Jethro Tull sounded
before
song.
I knew it, the hour was up. You know, and I was like, oh man, there's so many songs I haven't even played yet. So I was trying to like play the good ones, but
Instead, we just played all the ones we weren't even gonna use, like the lost tracks that like.
well,
said.
that's what I do mainly acoustically. Is all the ones that don't fit one of my bands.
All the ones that everybody else
just-
tells me, no, we're not playing that song. I do them on my own.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's crap. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll play it alone then.
So you're like doing the George Harrison thing when like Paul and John tell you, no, we can't use that song. You're like, whatever, I'll just save them all. And the second that we break up, guess who's having a
I'll
big
just go
double
play-
LP?
I'll just go play with everybody else.
Okay, that's the first thing you notice. Like the Beatles break up, and it's like George Harrison comes up with this like humongous album. You're like, well, that must have been like all the songs that he was not allowed to play.
Yep.
They're like, sorry, George, it's not good enough.
But Octopus's Garden was.
Yeah.
right.
That's the one that's the card he always throws down.
Ringo was like, but I get to say pass.
Let's play the drums.
I remember brought a lot of music with him that he'd been playing for years that nobody else really liked, and it was like,
You know, I had some songs that we played, like we played Tonight, She's Too Cool. Used to be in another band that we used to do that, like every time we played somewhere. And, you know, I had people always asking for the songs that I wrote. And the other 2 members, they just, no, we're not playing that one tonight. We're not going to play that. And it's like, well, why not? People are asking for it, you know, and that's why I'm no longer in those bands anymore. I found people that wanted to do the material, and, you know, and I'm having hell of a fun doing it, you know. So, I mean, at one point I was in like 8 bands. Now I'm only in like 4. You know, so Sexy Zombie is to me one of, you know, like my main focus right now is getting these guys back up and doing what they were doing before I got with them, because I mean, everywhere I went there, they were every show that was coming up, and they'd be like, "Hey, you guys want to play?" They'd be calling me, "Hey, you want to bring one of your bands?" And then, you know, and I'd say, "Well, who's there?" And they'd say, "Well, Sexy Zombie's there." And I'm saying, "Fuck, okay, let's do it." You know, if they're gonna be there, then I want to be there too. So when I saw a chance to throw it out there that I'd love to get involved, and it worked out, man. I just couldn't believe it. So I'm just happy that these guys are interested in me as much as I'm interested in them. So
that was a little gay sounding.
Hey,
A little bit.
Be a little more seductive next
I'll
time.
snuggle you later.
Boys, I have some other commitments I got to get to, so I'm going to go start breaking down my stuff.
Well, I was thinking about getting that period anyways. We'll wrap it all up so you guys can get everything broken up and broken down
gotta load
and
my
send
equipment.
away.
But leave it to Minor to break that tension. It's like, I'm gonna end this.
You need to just get a van and collect some children that like you can just like release out, and they just kind of run out and start breaking everything down and setting things up. And then you tell them, "Get back in the van! Get back in the van!"
Well, the children in my closet haven't been fed all day, so I'm kind of getting worried about them. You know, like they didn't have a whole lot of water. So
Just chuck a can of Coke in there. You're good. Close the door.
Those little gerbil water feeders, they only last so long, you know?
See, that's what makes me
and they're
laugh.
all fighting for because there's only one, so they're all fighting for
They
it.
gotta fight over it. So half the time I get in there, 3 of them are already dead. You're like, damn it, I have to go get new children.
Got to get them while they're warm, you know?
I guess you don't have to feed the one for the next couple of weeks, though. So
It's true. It's true.
You know what makes me
Kind of
laugh?
their own cleanup crew.
You look at a van, and a lot of times on like the back door, they have child safety locks on there. And you're like, they're like, we know our audience. We're not gonna deny it. Who buys the big vans with no windows you can see in the back?
You know, that's the beauty is that's the same audience that we're working to every night.
They're good people if you get to talk to them. Really,
Yeah.
you just got to get to know them. You get past all the.
just go to the parking lot, just see a sea of like white vans with tinted windows.
If you look over there, that's what I'm hauling all my
no license
equipment in.
plate.
Is there anything like that?
Tinted window white van.
I'll
There it
rent
is.
from, like,
I call it the family van, so that way people believe it's the family that's in there. You know?
It becomes like the deadheads of like Sexy Zombie. They like follow you around everywhere.
Just fornicating all over.
every band kind of.
You guys disgust me. I can't believe you're talking about this stuff.
It
That's
starts
what
to
I
tie
do.
into like
There might
NAMBLA
be,
and
like,
everything.
there might be 10-year-olds listening.
See,
This is
they,
a Christian show. What are you
they
doing?
had a filthy edge when I joined up, but I just can't help it. I just take it to the next level every chance I get. You know.
Let me just
That's why
take
they
this
call
to
me
11.
Deep member. It's a double meaning.
But hey, thank you guys for coming out for sure,
Absolutely.
doing this with us today. And
Oh, well, thanks for having us here to do the
Well,
show, and we
well-
got to talk to you and all kinds of other cool
yep,
people.
in the future, we'll try and get you guys on board with more of the Amp Guild stuff. If you guys are interested, we'll keep doing it.
Definitely.
We always are.
Thanks again for coming on, and also just inviting us.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Well, cool.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Well, cool, guys. You want to throw out where you can find Sexy Zombie the easiest?
Facebook right now. Everybody's Facebooking it. You know, I mean, you can do that and SoundCloud, right? You can hear some.
Yeah, we have a
some old live
SoundCloud,
stuff.
Facebook, and Instagram. Sexy Zombie Official is pretty much the tag on anything. If you go to Twitter, Instagram, at Sexy Zombie Official, and you can contact us there. On any of those places or Facebook. Mostly, I do business through Facebook right now because I'm old and I don't understand you kids and all your other ways you do your Twitter
Cockamamie contraptions.
and Twitter things.
Yeah.
But new music will be coming soon. We'll get on that recording right away.
Yep.
So
I heard
we're-
Twitter feed, and I got hungry.
And we look forward to it.
We're working with
Thank
our
you. Always
fidget
a
spinners
pleasure.
right now.
Thanks.
Well, cool, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Check out Sexy Zombie.
Stuff all about your brown blood. Oh, we heard
Well, hello and welcome to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan, and we're at the Sonora Comic Con, the first Sonora Comic Con, and we're interviewing one of the bands that just played.
So you guys want to introduce yourself, say what you play, and explain anything you want to the audience?
Yeah, sure. My name's Grover. I'm the lead singer of Grover Anderson, which is the band.
Yeah, I'm Josh Serto. I play drums and do a lot of the arranging for the band.
I'm Marshall Henry. I'm really the morale guy that when everybody wants to quit, I kind of come in with a bunch of drugs and I just get everybody in a good mood so we can make it till the next show.
Well, and you might remember Marshall Henry because he's an Old Man Orange alumni. Me and him were in a band called Them Strangers together, which you can check out on oldmanorange.com for all kinds of fun stuff there. But, so you guys just had your set. It was a nice one. It was really cool. I really dug the music, had a good time with it. We're at this interesting section of like the end of the Comic-Con, so it's kind of like as people either enter or leave, they see us.
Well, it's kind of a challenge because if they walk by, if they can stop for like half a song, you're like, yes, I've won today. That's my little victory for this 30-minute session.
Maybe we should put some comic books and some like art outside so they stop and like browse a little bit longer.
That's got the flash picture in the Batman that vomits candy right here.
Oh, is there real candy in it?
Yeah, just push the little bat emblem.
And his mouth spits.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Yeah, see?
That's
I feel like a
phenomenal.
rat.
This is it's a great podcast, but...
If they could put science food in there that you could live off of, that's all you would need.
Wow, a little soylent in there and you're just good to go.
It's almost like a Weeble Wobbler. What are those British ones? The things that like pop together and stack?
Those Russian doll things.
Are they? Is that what they are? They're Russian? I thought they were
I
British
think
this
so.
whole time.
Either or, you know.
Makes sense.
See you next year.
Oh, we got people coming by waving at
Hey,
us.
folks. So
Well,
anyway,
tell us all about the band. How'd you guys get started? What was your influences? That kind of fun
Oh,
stuff.
lordy. Well, I used to live in Santa Barbara, and I played really mediocre pop music at the bars in Santa Barbara for a long time. And I was like, well, I could probably try writing something that I would actually listen to. So I started writing a little more country style music, a little more folk stuff, and then eventually I met up with Josh. Josh joined the group, and he actually gave it some direction.
Yeah. So I met Grover and Murphy's about 5-6 years ago.
Is that right?
And he was one of the different drummer at the time, but I sat in and we got to know each other. And then that guy ended up moving down to Southern California, so I just swooped right in and have been doing it ever since.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And then Marshall.
No, I would really rather have you tell our meeting story.
Oh, okay. Marshall's the newest member of the band. And how did we meet? I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm very forgettable that way. Actually, I met the way all good musicians meet people, through Josh.
Yes, through Josh.
And the rest was really just kind of a storybook romance. It was really loud by first my appearance, second my ability, and third my undying charm, which we could really go into. But you know, let's keep Grover in the center here.
The mystery is the exciting part, I think.
Yeah, you just keep finding out more and more. It's like an onion. You know, you peel back a layer, you try a little until finally there's nothing left except you and your naked body standing.
Exactly.
So glad we're doing this.
Well, see, you came up to Sonora and the country thing. Did it all just like intermingle together that way?
Yeah, it worked out pretty natural. I mean, I grew up in Murphy's, so.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
grew
never
up
mind.
listening to like, very, very 90s country. I was a Garth Brooks kid.
Ah.
So it just worked out that way eventually. And then apparently there was other music, and I started listening to it when I actually got out of, Calaveras County.
And that was when you went to Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara, and you're like, oh, there's cool indie stuff that I had never heard of in my very small town.
And what part of Santa Barbara were you in?
I was right there in IV for a while.
Okay.
We lived for the 4 years I went to school there, and then eventually I moved downtown to a really like dingy apartment with. I ended up living with two guys who were in an indie band called Gardens and Villa, I don't know. And then and a lady named Idea the Artist, a lady, she's like my age. That makes it sound really old. But and it was like this really cool music house where we all lived and we'd all like try out stuff for each other, and then it got too expensive. So I moved back up here.
I like how I asked the Santa Barbara thing. I'm like, I hope he mentions the only part I know of that area.
It was convenient.
Oh, we have tunes.
Cool tunes. Synthesizers, baby.
Okay. Exactly. So, okay, you're in Santa Barbara. You're kind of playing different types of music there, finding all kinds of indie bands, different things. That's kind of a neat town. I remember, like, the one thing that I took away from it was how many bicycles are everywhere.
Everywhere. And bicycles, and every once in a while there's like that one guy in the group who's the longboarder, and that was me. Like, I was always in my flip-flops riding skateboards around town like an idiot. But I felt really cool, so bikes and skateboards were the only way of getting around down there.
I remember bicycles that pretty much like wash up on shore like dead animals.
Oh yeah. bicycle, you know, there'd be bicycle, sea lion, bicycle. Yeah, exactly.
Is this a band or is this just loud music being played? Or is it just a man with no shirt on giving thumbs up?
Marshall, we gotta have you dressed like this guy during the set. Yeah, just no shirt, shorts. It's the move.
They didn't even pause. Like, I can do that.
Yeah, check. No problem.
I'm actually gonna. Is this band just like a drummer and a guy?
It's two guys, yeah.
I say a guy because I don't know what else he does yet.
We're still investigating. Whatever he's playing through a track sounds pretty cool though. I'm into it.
Yeah. Well, that makes it loud. Well, give us your life story here.
Oh, the life story? I went to high school here at Somerville High and was stuck around here for a while. Then I went down to the Bay Area for university. I was up in Reno for a while, out in Virginia for a while, out in Norfolk.
What are you doing in Virginia?
I used to work for Decipher, which is a company that made, so when Magic was all the rage in the late 90s, Decipher made a game called the Star Wars Customizable Card Game. And I helped do stuff with that out in Virginia. That's where they were headquartered. So I traveled to the comic book convention and promote that game up until about 2001.
Hey, guess who got us booked at this convention? If you had to pick one person out of this group, who set up this gig today?
Yeah. No, that was the Star Wars, the card game from the 90s. Ah, sweet.
And they made the Star Wars and the Star Trek card game.
Oh,
and when everyone was jumping on board with CCGs at the time, trying to make every license they could, I was part of that mess.
I'm just now learning this. I've known you like for 4 years. I'm just now learning this.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what you're going to learn on a podcast. Okay, so you're in Virginia. You were doing the card thing for a while, making the Star Wars and the Star Trek, or working on that.
Yeah.
And then, where do you go from there?
From there, I went back to Reno, and then was between Sonora here and then Sacramento for a lot of years. So between going to school and trying to play music in those two different spots. So.
You got a lot of the two combined together, music and comics and everything like that.
Yeah, professional nerding and comic books and drums. It's great.
It's a perfect combo, I think. For sure. Well, Marshall, since some people might not know your origin stories, so
Didn't he also do our main theme song?
oh yeah, Marshall is the one who does the main Old Man Orange theme song. It all comes full circle.
Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna have to.
He's gonna figure out where that royalty check is.
Yeah.
So right about there, that's kind of when the other band started up, and it just blew out everything. See, watch, I'll let you hear what it sounds like.
Okay.
305 episodes of Yellow.
I'm a pretty simple guy. I just work for a biotech company and I fly between countries, manufacturing machines,
Yeah, you can make out what we're saying, but it is definitely the lower notes of the sound wave. But I also think we also had a second technical difficulty going on. I think that the microphone recorder was not plugged all the way in, so it wasn't technically recording exactly out from the PA system, but more from its own microphone on the system. So yeah, multiple things going on there, definitely true. So yeah, we'll just have to get these guys on again and do a better one. But I guess that's what's bound to happen at some point. Technical difficulties are always there, so well, you got something, I think that's what matters. Well, till then, I'm Spencer Scott Holmes, and this is Old Man Orange Podcast. Check out more at oldmanorange.com.
Philip Marshall Cates was born in Carolina, went to school in England. Philip and Samantha married on his farm before the harvest season. He was scheming. His worshipped father died a great war hero. At night he'd lie in bed and clutch his silver stars and eagles. He was scheming. Back abroad in London, Philip Marshall Cates met an old explorer who climbed the Ural Mountains, crossed Sahara's, dove the ocean, spoke of more, oh, he spoke of more. So one night Philip abandoned poor Samantha, future Smoky Mountain old maid. And as he dark departed, son Lysander joined his father as a stowaway. He spoke of more. But tonight, don't cry for Samantha, mother and bride. Here she holds a black and white photograph that fades away. She still works the farm, and she remembers her baby in her arms. The babe that left her barren, and the man who drove her early grave. And they all take respite in the thought of coming home one day. Philip and Lysander carried south to work for merchants out of Quito. Son translated, father wore a gun and fended off banditos. He grew weak though. Then in 18 years they worked every job from here to Argentina. Every woman a distortion of the last time they'd seen her. He grew weak though. But tonight don't cry for Samantha, mother and bride. Yeah, she holds a black and white photograph that fades away. She still works the farm, and she remembers her baby in her arms. The babe that left her barren, and the man who drove her early grave. And they all take respite in the thought of coming home one day. Lysander Kate spent over 30 months and traveled north to Raleigh. Gasping when he saw Samantha bedridden, rheumatized and gnarly, he said, "I'm sorry, but it's been 7 years since father was gunned down by gauchos out to rob our cocaine. And when I got out of jail for killing every last one, I started home again. Oh mother, I'm sorry." Samantha Cates was buried in the shadow of the church bell tower. And when he took his life, Lysander's body landed there amongst her flowers. But tonight don't cry for Samantha, mother and bride. Yeah, she holds a black and white photograph that's faded away. She still works the farm, and her baby has outgrown her arms. The fields are never barren, and the men come in for supper after a long, hard day. And they all take respite in the thought of coming home.
Thanks for listening to the Old Man Orange podcast. Check out our website at oldmanorange.com for even more podcasts, cartoons, videos, music, and more. Send us an email at oldmanorangepodcast@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe, share, rate, and review us on iTunes, Podomatic, or any of the other fine sites we might be located on. And if you want to help out even more, click on the Amazon or GameStop links on our webpage before you make any purchases there. Won't cost you a penny, but it sends us a little something our way. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week to Old Man Orange.